Peace. Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm gonna go into today's math, which is knowledge born, right? And one thing I wanna, give people understanding of when people say, yo, make knowledge born, that basically means to bring your thoughts to life or produce, your thoughts are supposed to produce a desired outcome or effect. Because knowledge is the foundation. You know what I'm saying? And born is to be complete, or is the supreme resurrection from a state of mental death. That basically means something that was dead is now living through proper production. You know what I'm saying? Being productive, being active, or being activated. So when you're making knowledge born, you are basically activating your thoughts to bring forth life. Sometimes you can making knowledge born is not born in dead thoughts. Knowledge born is knowing and understanding that you have the ability to produce an effect, and that effect can either give you a reward or a penalty because of what foundation you laid for it. You feel what I'm saying? Now, sometimes some people make knowledge born, but some people do it on an unconscious level. But if you do it on a conscious level, like you know what you're doing, you will see a whole lot of desired outcomes and results that you've always been looking for. You know what I'm saying? And born is to be complete. You know what I'm saying? And born is to bring forth into existence, mentally as well as physically. A stillborn, I should say, is something that's basically born dead. You know what I'm saying? There's no production to it. You know what I'm saying? There's no activation of anything. It's here, but it's not really complete. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you a prime example. In the Bible, Jesus said that to Nicodemus, you have to be born again. And Nicodemus has said, well, do I have to enter through my mother's womb twice? And Jesus said, that which is born of flesh is of flesh. That which is born of the spirit is of the spirit. He said to be born again. First, the thought came, then the physical. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be fully born to be whole and complete. And this is what Jesus was talking about. He wasn't talking about no spooky shit. He wasn't talking about no scary shit. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about some just real life shit. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You physically born, but are you mentally born too as well? Are you really doing the things that's necessary for you to bring forth life on this physical plane that we live on? So this is how Jesus was making knowledge born to other people in order for them to save themselves. You feel what I'm saying? He already made knowledge born to a lot of brothers and sisters. But the problem was, nobody was really listening to him until his death. They really started kicking it in and really started understanding that, yo, I think this dude is more than what we think he is. You know what I'm saying? And he's producing a whole lot of desired results because, Jesus, my righteous brother, was the original man that was out here just showing and proving that the black man is God. And this is how he made knowledge born. But he made knowledge born through his parables. He spoke a lot of parables. And these are stories that hold moral truth. You know what I'm saying? And what it does is, it's basically he's using abstract analogies to concrete realities. Abstract analogies to concrete realities. I like that. But anyways, he was basically giving people demonstrations. He was making out of one, and people was like, yo, what is all these parables that you speak? He was like, yo, let me show and prove to you what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? He even showed and proved as the black man is God by reiterating scriptures from back then. That's making knowledge born. He was talking to the Pharisees and the Sadducees and all these so-called scholars that was back then that knew the Bible in and out. But however, they had their head so far up their ass, they couldn't even see what he was talking about, because the way he was breaking that shit down, she was spitting some serious wisdom. At the end of the day, nobody understood him because nobody knew what he was talking about. Nobody knew what he meant. He was talking about the science of God. He was talking about life and parables, using life analogies, the same way that the gods and earths go about it. We make knowledge born through life analogies in order for you to understand what we're saying. Because if we just sitting here talking all day long and not giving you prime examples or demonstrations, how in the world are you supposed to be successful in your undertakings when you don't know how to go about being successful? It's easy for a person to tell you, oh yeah, you want to make it in life, but they can't show you how to make it, or in what way, or what is the best route for you to make it. It doesn't make any sense. So like I said, making knowledge born is simply, your thoughts and everything that you know is bringing forth completion. Because at the end of the day, you want everything that you deal with to be complete, right? Your knowledge, the way that you deal with life, you want it to be complete on any level, whether it be mental, physical, emotional, verbal, financial, economic, historic, whichever way you choose to make knowledge born. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, people use that, that's knowledge born. That's knowledge born, you know what I'm saying? And some people use it as like slang, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people get that stuff from the gods and the earths, because that's our language, that's the lingo. I ain't saying that's the lingo for us, that's our natural language. But it's the lingo for them, that's slang to them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying, son? That's knowledge born, man. You making knowledge born, drop that. You know what I mean? But like I said, dealing with knowledge born today, this is basically, knowing what you gotta do to save yourself, man. It's just, if you know what you gotta do to save yourself, then you already made knowledge born. You know what I'm saying? And there's scriptures to back it up. Ezekiel 3:18, St. Luke 12:47. Just when you get a chance, research it, find out for yourself, and read those scriptures and see what I'm talking about. Because those scriptures make knowledge born. You know what I'm saying? They talking about if a person comes up to you and warns you and you don't take heed, what's going to end up happening? As a matter of fact, here you go. I'm going to give you an example of what knowledge born is, right? Knowledge born is this. If I walk up to you, right, and I say, it's about to rain in like 20 minutes, so I'll advise you to go home and change your clothes and change it to something that's going to be suitable for the weather so you won't get too wet. And you say, nah, I got this. I know it's about to rain in a few minutes, so, I'm cooler than that. And I say, listen, I'm trying to tell you, it's about to rain crazy. Like, it's going to rain real heavy, and you really need to dress real suitable for the weather, because you're going to be soaked when you get into the house, and you're going to be wet, everything. You're like, nah, chill, I got it. They're like, all right, man, I already told you. Don't say I didn't tell you. Or here's a phrase that makes knowledge born. I told you so. Right? So now, the person that you made knowledge born to, or you told, you express your thoughts to them. Now this person, he goes about still doing what he's doing. Not knowing in a few minutes it's about to rain real hard. So now here you coming outside in suitable clothing to help yourself. And all of a sudden it ends up pouring rain and thunder and lightning. And he caught out, soaking ass wet. And he like, damn, man. I knew I should have went home earlier. Too busy doing what I was doing, man. Somebody did tell me that it was gonna rain. I ain't taking heed. That's an example of knowledge born. You know what I'm saying? And that's one way people could understand what that means. So that way they won't be lost in translation. Because I think a lot of times some brothers and sisters, they get lost in translation when somebody say, or some gods on earth say that's knowledge born. You know, through every supreme mathematics, there's a level of examples, and there's an abundance of examples that can be used to help you understand how that mathematical terminology functions on real life terms. You feel me? So like I said, and I'm about to wrap this up. You know, when somebody makes knowledge born to you, you can do two things: accept it or reject it. It's all on you. If you accept it, you can save your life. If you reject it, hey, the choice is yours. But just remember, you've been warned. With that being said, peace.